While we're on the topic of robots fighting each other, there is one more game that, at the time of me writing this, isn't even out yet. But I feel it too will do physics-based VR combat perfectly. Probably even better than Gorn and Underdogs.
Long drone in the Hyperdome!
Now I've been following the development of this game for about 2 years, basically since its conception. I'm a massive fan of the original clone drone, which I also was following since its early development. And throughout the development footage we've been shown, we can see how they just keep improving the weapons, gameplay, visuals, and especially the enemy AI. And I'm not just referring to how some enemies can be very smart and will easily cut you into metallic ribbons if you give them the chance. I mean how the AI acts and reacts to what you do. Main point, the combat. It looks awesome. The enemies move in a way that's like a mixture of Gorn and Underdogs. The enemies themselves, most of them at least, seem to glide around the area with their legs moving accordingly, much like Underdogs. The only difference being that their upper body moves independently and leads toward the expected natural direction whenever they move. This includes when they attack, which is also a motion captured animation that seems to guide their movements, allowing them to still be affected by outside factors that can influence their movement while they're in this state. The thing I want to focus on here is how the player will react and retaliate to these acts. A block. Not just a regular stop the initial attack so that the enemy can go on to the next one block. This is a clash. A real Star Wars type laser sword altercation. And there are many ways this clash can go, which are all up to you. You can just do a regular block, in which the enemy will eventually disengage and repost. Or you can push their attack away or redirect it, allowing an opening for you to cut them down. Fun fact, this is the only VR game that I've seen you be able to successfully do this maneuver. You have no idea how long I've been wanting to recreate that. Through my understanding of the mechanics and the footage I've currently seen, I'm pretty sure you can also parry their attacks where you basically attack their weapon, causing them to stagger and allowing you a nice window for a nice cut. Hell, you could forego the block altogether and try your luck at dodging the attack to get your own hit in. Speaking of which, I want to talk about what happens when you hit an enemy. These swords won't just put a decal on your enemy and have him move a bit in response, but ultimately walk it off. No. These things do damage. They will instantly cut through any metal they touch, and once they touch an opponent, they react. Their heads will fly back, their arms might start flailing, their weapon will be out of position, their bodies will start facing away from you. They'll try to back away and counterattack. They might use the momentum from taking damage into their own attack. If they lose an arm, they'll try using the other one. If they lose a leg, they'll no doubt start hopping. If their weapon is broken, they'll do this motion, which I love so much, it's so awesome! There is so much more stuff with this game, and I want to make a video on it alone when it comes out after a month or so of me writing this. If you want to learn more about it, I highly recommend going to Doborogg's YouTube channel, or TikTok I guess, and looking at the shorts on it. You will not regret it. In fact, literally right as I finished the segment of the script, they uploaded a video where they specifically talk about the player dynamic of blocking against the enemy, which I will link in both the description as well as a card at the end of the video.
We're gonna continue working on this game after we launch it, and I can't wait to take it into new and interesting directions based on community feedback.